Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. This is my first makeover video. Actually, this is the first time I've ever done a project this big. I've painted walls and such, but I've never actually got into this, DIY stuff. I've really never used a power tool before. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really that familiar with the drill. I have a little handheld one that I use like to put a cleaning brush on it, but that's about it. So my son took everything off the wall for me. He likes to do stuff like this. He took all the nails down, all the pictures and everything. And what I did in here is I did a faux brick wall. This is not an instructional or step-by-step video. I am just showing you guys what I did. I don't think that I definitely wouldn't recommend anyone following my steps here. So the first thing I did was I taped it off. I tried to be even with it. It didn't work. So I just eventually started just doing whatever shape I felt like it. So that, again, y'all will see very quickly why I say don't follow my instructions. I did watch several different YouTube videos on how to do this, so I wasn't just completely winging it. But a lot of them contradicted themselves. Some of them you were supposed to let it dry. Some of them you weren't supposed to let it dry. Some of them you waited to paint. So I don't know. I just did what I felt worked best. When I say let it dry, I meant whatever the stuff is that you put over this after you finish taping it off. The drywall mud or joint compound. That's right. That's what it is. Joint compound. So this is what one corner of it looked like with the joint compound. I didn't film the actual application of that because my son Mason helped me with it and he didn't want to be on film. But this was probably about 2 or 3 hours after we put it on, and then we just pulled off the tape. It was so satisfying. I had a lot of fun pulling it off. I had to be really careful though, because as you can see, the joint compound was coming off in some places. I waited till it was semi-dry, but it definitely, if you smushed it around, it almost had like a Play-Doh consistency, a little bit wet, a little bit more wet than Play-Doh. Y'all, I live in a double wide, and if you aren't familiar with the trailer, the walls aren't like drywall, they're panels that you put together. So where you see those lines going down the middle, I had taken the seams off and I was going to paint over them. I did fill them in with drywall, or putty. And then look at y'all, look at this mess. Look at my toe, I got a joint compound on it. I swear, I get into something and I don't even realize what I'm doing. I honestly, after I pulled it down, I didn't even see how big of a mess this was. It's not difficult to get up off the floor. Well, I mean, I did clean it almost immediately afterwards. Some of it had dried, but like I said, it really wasn't that hard. I think all I got was a little bit of water, a damp towel, and just now it was a towel that I planned to throw away because I didn't know if this stuff would like ruin the towel or whatnot, so it was just an old rag. But I scrubbed it up with that real well. See, my son's in here inspecting, making sure that I don't know what he's making sure I'm doing. So there was a video that said I was supposed to paint while it was wet. And then there was another video that said to let it completely dry. And I felt most comfortable waiting till it was completely dry. So I waited a full 24 hours before I even thought about painting. Which is probably a big reason to why I don't do a lot of projects that take a long time. Because when I get started in something, I don't want to stop. I want to get it all done right away. So I was really proud that I was very, very patient with this project. It took almost a week and a half to get it finished. But you know what? I did it, and I'm sorry, not a week and a half. It took about a week to do it. This I am mopping up with my penalin and stuff. So this is the paint I got. It's the Apple Barn Tuscan Red. I had to go to 2 different Walmarts to find enough paint. It did take quite a bit. This is just one of those little spongy things in there. I hadn't decided at this point whether I was going to do the whitewash or not. I like that look, but you guys, I love brick walls. I have always loved brick walls, and you guys might think this is silly, but ever since I saw the original Ghostbusters movie, I wanted to live in a firehouse. I thought that was the most awesome thing, and that's really kind of what I kept thinking about was, I wanted a red brick wall. I love it. It looks kind of warehouse-ish, like those, apartments and stuff that they do in the old industrial buildings. So that's actually kind of why I decided to do this faux brick wall. I know that, you know, trends come and go, and trends are, you know, they're fun and they're great. I'm one of those people though, I tend to like the same styles. I will change it up every now and then, and I am open-minded as far as decorating and stuff goes, as you guys can see, but I just, I've never been one to follow what was going on, not on purpose, like I don't avoid it, I just like what I like. And a brick wall was, when I saw this trend, I thought, you know what, this is something I can put on my wall and I will be happy with it for a while. Because after I've put this on here, y'all, have you guys, and I'm asking, I'm not fussing, I'm asking, how does this stuff come off? Like, what am I supposed to do if I decide I don't want the brick wall? So fortunately, I love it, absolutely love it. I don't see myself getting tired of this like some other things. You know, now paint, I do tend to like to change up my colors. The color in my house is called Ghost Ship Blue, and it's in through my whole entire house, and I love the name, and I think that's why it's stuck here so long. Now this camera angle is a little wonky, but yes, my bricks are incredibly uneven. I was telling my husband, I was like, if I could describe my style, I would say it's Old English. And I know that might sound silly. I don't mean like the malt liquor, but like, I like the unevenness look. I like the old antique look. I like something that looks like, hey, you know what? This has been here for a very long time, and it's going to continue to be here for a long time. Because, you know, like in the older parts of England, everything's kind of uneven and wavy and wonky, but it still looks cute and it looks right. And that's what I guess I was going here for. But yeah, I decided not to do the whitewash when I was finished. I kept the Ghost Ship Blue that's in between it. It is a little blue, but I think it gives it a really nice pop. I have yet to go back over and paint in between the seams where the mortar is, where the fake mortar is supposed to be. But I did get the paint last night, y'all, and it was $50 a gallon. I don't know when the price of paint went up. I buy the Valspar, just the medium, whichever one. Like, I don't buy the super expensive one, but it was $35 last time I bought a gallon. When I went in yesterday, it was $45. I'm not starting this video off with hey y'all, because my husband just said, when I was asking him how I'm supposed to start this off, that I was gonna say, he said, I bet you'll start it off with hey y'all. So I'm not. Hello everyone, how are y'all doing? I have no clue what point of the video I'm gonna put this in. This is my second time actually filming myself out, or vlog styling, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm really uncomfortable just because my husband's right here, and I know, see, look, he's not an angry man. He always looks like an angry man in my videos, but he's not. So anyway, I don't know at what point in the video I'm gonna put this in, so if I haven't already started explaining, we have been remaking it's not remodeling, but remaking our bedroom, just kind of updating it. Not updating it, there's no updates. What would you call it? Just giving it a makeover.
Renovating.
But we're not doing any renovations.
I don't know.
Isn't a renovation when well, we did take out a wall. We took out a closet. Okay, so let me explain what we're doing right this second. We are leaving Lowe's. I thought about filming inside there, but I'm not that, every word that is coming to my mind is not appropriate. I'm not that brave enough to carry a camera around in front of me and do that. And honestly, my husband does not behave well in public either, so. We went and got trim. It's not really trim, oh, it's gonna be trim. I guess it's technically trim, but I got pieces of pressure, what do you call it, pressured lumber? Lumber to go around the windows in the bedroom.
It's
treated lumber, but they call it pressure, don't they pressure wash it or something like that?
I don't think so.
There's a pressure word on it. Okay. Anyway, so we got some of those to go around the windows, and I'm gonna stain them black because that's what's around our door. We didn't put the first ones in, whoever lived there before us did, but I really like the way it looked. And then I bought some trim for the ceiling, which I think you call it molding when it goes up into the ceiling, doesn't it? He's not participating in my shenanigans.
I didn't know you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to your fans.
Anyway.
I really didn't.
What are they called then? When it goes up on the ceiling, like around,
sure,
it's molding, right?
Yeah, probably crown molding or something like that.
We'll learn something new every day. So I'm gonna attempt to put all that up by myself without asking my husband for help. with the actual physical labor part of it. I've had to ask him a lot of questions about stuff because I really don't know what I'm doing. But I put, if I haven't already told you guys, I did one of those faux brick walls on only one wall in my bedroom. I love it. I love it so far. At this point, I haven't painted it yet. I am not going to show the whole process of me making that wall because it would be very boring. And I'm not going to give you guys necessarily a step-by-step either, because I kind of started winging it halfway through, and I don't think that following my my instructions would be recommended for anyone. But on to our Lowe's trip. We got the 5 pieces of treated lumber. We've got 2 long pieces of trim to go along the ceiling, and then I already had a piece that's going to go on the bottom that we saved, and I'm going to do all the trim and the edging black, and then I've got to paint and touch up the wall, but I think that's about all I'm going to do in the bedroom. I might fill in some of the rest of the seams. If you guys aren't familiar with a trailer, the walls are panels and they have seams in between them, and they have these I guess edging, trim, whatever you want to call it, that they put over it to cover up the holes. And I had a lot of fun playing with that joint compound, so I think I'm going to try and fill it all in with that, and then maybe just repaint it. I'm keeping my whole house like the same color. It's called a ghost ship blue, and I love the color, but I think I love the name the most, so that's why I've just stuck with it. But anyway, that's our Lowe's trip. You want to say goodbye, Jeremy? Just say bye, y'all.
Bye, Jeremy.
All right, y'all. Let's get on to whatever I'm doing. Shoo, y'all want to talk about the price of blinds? I wanted some really nice blinds to go in here. I wanted black ones, but I couldn't find any. Lowe's was almost completely sold out in store, and I couldn't find anything online that wasn't like $100 plus. My gosh, blinds are expensive. So what I'm doing is, the brackets in here were just, I needed them to be back a little bit further. It was 31.5 inches for my blinds, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm proud. I've never done anything like this before, but I managed to get them in there. The blinds I did find, I found at Walmart. They were $30 each. I couldn't find any black ones, but I am really glad. The white ones look really pretty. So this right here is just some stain, some black stain, and I already stained the first 2 pieces. Well, one of the pieces of trim, and then one of the pieces of, molding. I've got to look that up, y'all. So there's some really pretty, if y'all didn't see it, some really pretty vines like etched into those. And then anyway, so I stained all these and let them sit for about an evening. So when I first began being a housewife, I've always been taught that, that black is a classic color. You know, you can never go wrong with it. And I've always tend to paint, you know, my furniture black or whatnot. And I love it. So anyway, back to what I was saying, when I was first starting to be a housewife and figuring out all these house projects and stuff, I painted everything black. I didn't know anything about stain. And it wasn't until recently that I discovered, you know, you can stain your furniture black, or you can just stain your furniture in general. And I have been tickled pink, and since then, like, if I ever have a project, I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to get the black stain out. I did redo an old dresser, or I think maybe it's an old vanity, and I'll show you guys. And I've stained it. The color was supposed to be black cherry, but it came out purple, and it is, oh my gosh, it is so pretty, y'all. Okay, I am so proud to show you guys this. I know it may seem simple to y'all, and you're like, what in the world is she excited about? But you guys, pardon the language, I pulled out my lady balls on this one, and I have never used a power tool before like this. I've never used a table saw. I've watched my husband do it, and yeah, it was really simple, but I just was tickled to do it. Same with this drill. Never done this before either. And again, I know it's just a simple thing, but you know what? I'm so proud. Like, I feel like I can do anything in my house now. Like, there's nothing I can't figure out. And I don't know why I was so, like, intimidated to try and just play with them before anyway. I guess when you live where I do, and you've seen so many accidents happen with, you know, grown men power tools and a case of Bud Light, you do tend to be a little bit nervous around power tools, so. Okay, so I think I learned that window treatments are curtains. or any type of drapery or anything like that. I thought it was a specific type. Now, I didn't go with curtains. I had never once thought of going without curtains, and I can't remember where I heard it, but there's one of those big YouTubers. She doesn't put curtains in her house, and I was watching. Why can't I think of her name right now? But anyway, she doesn't put them on in her house, and I'm like, wow, that's so weird. But then after I looked at it, I was like, ooh, I like it. Okay, so I did have to make a big purchase. This is a Ryobi Brad gun. We've needed one anyway, so it wasn't like I went out of my way to just like, ooh, I had to buy one, but we actually really needed one. I think with the charger and everything, because I had to buy it separate, it was like $229. Again, I never used one of these before, and I am still a bit intimidated with it, but like my husband said, I mean, it's, you know, a gun, so. And ta-da! Look how awesome she is. Well, I like her. Y'all may not. I know the bricks kind of make a warped little thing, but I love it. I moved my husband's trunk to where my TV is, and my TV's on it, and then the dresser that my TV was on, I moved to my bathroom. And I love how simple it is in here, y'all. I am so happy. I still need to go over and paint, you know, through the bricks, and I need to put the trim down on the bottom, but I haven't got to paint it. But look at these curtains. I didn't really get a chance to show y'all when I put them up. These are the cordless ones, and then you just kind of pull on the bottom. When I was going to custom order some online, I was looking into it. It was an additional $50 for that feature. And these came from Walmart, y'all. I think I told you guys I paid $30 for them. It may have been $35. I'm not quite sure. But they just pull down, and then you just, see? You slowly pull them up. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could see me right now do the voiceover. I'm actually even doing the hand movements and everything. I'm not putting anything else back over here, y'all. I like my bedroom this simple. There's nothing for me to clutter up. I've had this little cheap $7 light from Walmart, and look how cute it looks, y'all. I normally just use this for like extra lighting for my camera, but like I can't tell you guys how tickled I am with the way this looks. Hey y'all, thanks for making it to the end of my video. I'm not going to show you my son Mason because he doesn't want to be in here, but I am going to tell you that he's sitting right behind me. So I am super proud of my video. This is my first video that I made. I'm probably the most proud of, just because I finally got off my butt and took the big jump and did it. But this one, I learned how to use so many power tools, and I'm sorry if it seems like I'm making a big deal out of it, but I am super excited about it because I've been wanting to learn how to use all these tools forever. And once I got to using it, of course, they were, you know, they're fairly simple. You just have to be incredibly safe with them. But now I feel like I can conquer anything in my house, and I don't need no man to put up my trim because I can do it myself. So with that said, anyway, I don't have a tattoo story time for y'all today. Not that I've ran out of tattoos, but because we are out and about and I'm cold, and I am not about to show you guys some tattoos with my son in the car and my husband sitting right there. And he's making fun of me.
You missed me.
There you go. He's pumping gas, so I figure once I got my momentum going before he gets in here and starts making fun of me. So I am going to give you guys a funny story time though. So I've told you guys before, for those of you that don't know, I was born in Kentucky, but I was raised in Georgia. I didn't live in a gated community, but I lived in one that definitely had some strict HOA rules. So there were definitely never any chickens there, like live. The only chicken I had ever seen was in a bucket, y'all. And my mother's allergic to chicken, so I didn't see a lot of it. When I moved to West Virginia, I did go to school there off and on, but I primarily grew up in Atlanta. But so anyway, when I moved to West Virginia for the final time when I got pregnant with my oldest son, my best friend, her grandmother lived in a holler about an hour away. I'm just going to ignore him like this. About an hour away from where we were, and we went to go visit. I had never been to this town. I don't even think I'd ever really been to a holler at that point. And if you don't know what it is, I don't know how to really explain it to y'all. It's just, you know, a little community in the mountains. Well, anyway, if you live in one of these communities, you can have chickens, like live chickens running around, and you're not going to have any HOA yelling at you, and you're really going to be okay, except for, you know, maybe somebody, like an animal eating it or whatnot. Well, so I think I was pretty pregnant at this point, and we got up there, and I'm usually, I don't know if I say I'm tough or I'm whatever, but I'll usually get out and try stuff. Well, we get up to her house, and she's like, Erica, there's chickens running around. At this point, I didn't know that live chickens running around was a thing. And I'm like, haha, okay, la la la. You know, she's like, Erica, there's really chickens around. And I thought she was just kidding with me, y'all. So I get out of the car. Sure enough, this huge chicken just comes, or it could have been a rooster. I don't know. It ran like charging at me. And it was just coming right at me. I jumped in the car and I started crying. A grown pregnant woman crying in her car. And I would not get out until they got these chickens away from me. So I guess that story was a lot more funnier when it happened. But anyway, so that's my chicken story. Since then, I have seen plenty of chickens and I'm no longer afraid of them. But yes, that was my first encounter with chickens, which would have been like 18 years ago. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm super happy about it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short because we are heading out to eat. I think we're gonna go get some sushi because the rest of my other kids aren't with us. So, well, that's not why we're going out to eat. We just figured it'd be nice. But anyway, I hope wherever y'all are at, you're having a blessed one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Woohoo! I am done. I am done. I am done. I am done. Oh crap, that's all.